to be doing what I'm going to call a nervous system flow. So it'll be body weight only. I'm just going to be using a yoga mat. So if you want to join in on this, just yoga mat, body weight, no weights, just to keep it nice, simple, like a midweek flow. So my name's Kelsey Vick. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, board certified in orthopedics, and then also pelvic floor physical therapist, and the owner of Ella Wellness. So it's a sisterhood that I created that focuses on just the holistic wellness surrounding us as like people, right? So we have workouts, we've got nutrition, we've got fueling, we've got what I like to call wellness girl chats, where we go over sort of the truth and the science behind our bodies and just sort of learning about our bodies. So that's a little about me. Again, just a body weight workout, and not even really a workout, just sort of a flow. So in regards to our nervous system, there's a few things we should know that sort of will make this a nervous system flow. Nerves don't like too much tension or too much compression, but they need to be able to lengthen and compress with, daily movement, right? So whether or not like we're reaching up and to get a plate off of the like top cabinet, or if we're doing our like computer work here and there's compression on our nervous system here. They don't love too much tension or too much compression, but they need to be able to withstand both tension and the compression that we put on it throughout the day. So that's what this workout will focus on. That's what makes it sort of this nervous system flow. And in general, nerves also like low load and high repetition motions. So no weight, body weight only, will modify as needed. But we'll go ahead and get started. Lots and lots of breath work too, because our nervous system loves, loves, loves breath work. Also, I want to thank you guys for those who got me here to, I don't know how many, over 50 subscribers basically. That way I can now finally do it on my phone rather than my laptop, these live workouts. So I super duper appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much. So I'll have you guys meet me on your mats to get started. Crisscross applesauce, whatever's comfy. We're gonna start with a little bit of breath work and just sort of some centering work, right? So again, prepping our nervous system involves getting into that sort of like parasympathetic, easy flow like state. So I invite you to close your eyes, turn on some calming music. Again, YouTube usage rights, I'm not going to be able to do that. So, but you can always do music on your own too. So I invite you to close your eyes and sort of forget all the chaos or busyness that has surrounded your day and just tune into your breath. Deep inhales through the nose and exhale through the nose. Going into more of that nasal breathing pattern. Inhale and exhale. Let's start to move our joints side to side here. So starting at our neck, circling around to the right. And again, as we sort of reach that sort of in range of those positions, noticing any tension along our neck that can be muscular, but that can also be our nervous system. If you want to check if it's your nervous system, when your head is to the left, extend that right hand away from you. And if it intensifies the stretch with that right hand away from you, it's your nervous system. Same thing, let's alternate. We'll circle that neck to the left. Same thing, hanging out with that head to the right. Extend that left arm out behind, like beside you here. And again, if that stretch intensifies at the neck, it's your nervous system. And it's a great thing that you're doing this flow. Keep circling here. Moving our heads to the left and to the right. Awesome. Okay, let's start with those shoulders here. So circle them up, back, and around. Up towards your ears, back and around. Again, just nice and easy motion, especially as a physical therapist. My job's all like in front of me too, even though I'm not doing computer work, right? I'm doing a lot of sort of hands-on manual therapy with folks. So I need these sort of backwards shoulder rolls just as much as any sort of person who works at a desk, works with students, like at their desks, whatever it is. Awesome. Just easing into this flow. Inhaling as the shoulders shrug up. Exhaling as they round down by our backs. Awesome. Okay, I invite you, we're going to snow angel our arms up, interlace our fingers. Exhale as we side bend to the right. Inhaling and exhaling in that position, feeling that breath fill our side bodies. And circling around, bending over to the left side, feeling that breath expand through our right side bodies. Alternating side to side. Again, if you feel that sort of stretch along the side body under that armpit area, that's where some of your nerves travel. So again, it can be muscular for sure, but this is sort of tensing that nerve, right? So we're getting it used to this tension. If you need to modify, bend slightly. If it's too intense and you're getting some of that numbness tingly in the fingers, bend those elbows and we'll still go with the side bend. But if you can fully lengthen and fully expand, that is definitely preferred. Awesome. I'm going to invite you guys to face long ways on your mat. We're going to bring one leg out. For me, it's going to be my left. We'll start with my good leg, right? And I'm going to have you guys bring your toes towards your knee here. So elevate them here, hands up overhead, and we're going to fold forward. So with your toes back, if you want to see if the nervous system is involved, you feel tightness along the back of that thigh, along the back of that calf, right? So in order to check, is that my nervous system? Is it not? Try pointing your toe or lifting your head up. If lifting your head up reduces the symptoms, it's likely your nervous system that's sort of causing that tension. But I want you to check in on this position, feel that tightness, sort of feel yourself easing into that position, and we'll follow the end of this sort of flow with this motion as well to see whether or not your tightness and that tension has improved, which again is our goal with sort of this nervous system flow. Awesome. Point the toe here, and if you can get a little further, great. Nose to knee. Now that you're in this position too, I'm going to have you alternate. So toes back towards you, toes pointed away. Toes back towards you, toes pointed away. Getting a little bit of that nerve glide. Awesome job, you guys. Again, this is meant to be a feel-good one. So if this is too much tension, option to place your palms on the mat here and bend the toes back and then point them. Awesome. Okay, we're going to circle around to the other side. So this time, left knee bent, right leg out. Bring those toes back towards you, arms up overhead, and then fold forward. Still checking on the nervous system contribution to our tightness. Lifting the head up, seeing if it reduces. Pointing the toes, seeing what happens there. Again, just sort of changing that tension along our nervous system. And our nerves run all over our bodies, right? So bottom of our toes, top of our head. So if we're changing any sort of length or tension along our nervous path, it's going to affect the other sort of sections of our body, right? So if we move our head, it really is affecting the tension down in our legs. Okay, point that toe. And again, modified version, bring those hands on either side of the leg and lift up. Now we'll alternate. Bring those toes back, point those toes. Bring them back, point those toes, getting a little bit of that nerve glide. And again, checking in on the tension because we'll come back to this spot at the end. Awesome. Okay, bringing both knees out. And again, sitting up nice and tall and then folding forward. And for me, I definitely feel more tension along that left back of the leg. So again, just checking in, just noticing. This left inhaling and exhaling in this position. With both legs out, we're tensing up that nervous system that much more, right? So again, modified version, not all the way down, we'll sit up. You can also bring the toes back to intensify it if you can't get that intensity from folding forward, right? Awesome. Okay, let's move into a sort of standing series here. So I invite you to the top of your mat here. We're going to inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, keeping those knees straight. Soft bend in the knees, halfway lift, fold all the way forward. Hands floating above the ground, touching the ground, again, whatever's comfy, and we're gonna prance. So one knee straight, one knee bent, one knee straight, one knee bent. Again, sensing that tension along the back of the leg as you straighten the knee, and feeling it sort of ease up as you bend the knee. Good, bending both knees, coming up into that halfway lift again. Fold forward, straighten the knees, and float those arms all the way up. I almost said fly. Snow angel those arms all the way up, and then shoot them all the way back down to the ground, keeping those knees straight. Bend them slightly, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Float those hands above the ground or have those palms on the mat if you have that extensibility, and we'll go into our prances again. So bend the knee, straighten the knee. If you need more modification, if you need a higher surface, you can use sort of yoga blocks or the edge of dumbbells, something to basically elevate the surface towards you. Maintaining that good breath work as you're prancing. Awesome. Bend both knees, halfway lift. Fold forward, straighten those knees, and then fly your arms up overhead. Side bend to one side, side bend to the other. Come back up to neutral, and we've got one more. So bring those arms down to the mat. Bend those knees, halfway lift. Fold forward, floating those hands above the ground, and then prance. So bend one knee, straighten the other. Awesome. Okay, bend both knees, halfway lift. Fold forward, straighten those knees, and circle those arms all the way up to the sky. Side bend one way, awesome. And side bend the other. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna bring that right foot back into sort of a warrior positioning here. So front knee bent, back knee straight, and at sort of a 45-degree angle. And I'm gonna have you raise those arms up overhead. And then as you go forward, bring them down into a cactus position here. So forward, raise them, bend them into a cactus position. Inhale, exhale as you breathe into that knee bend, opening up through the front of the chest. Modified version to just open and close here. Inhale, exhale. Starting to work those nerves that supply the upper body, right? Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, hands up. I'm going to have them come down to the ground here, and we're just going to bend the knee, straighten the knee, bend the knee, straighten the knee. Modified version, hands on the hips. If you don't have the either muscular extensibility or the nervous system extensibility here, bend and straighten. Awesome. Awesome. Bend the knee, float those hands up, and we're going to straighten the knee, go back into our cactus here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Awesome. We're going to flip over to the other side. So right foot straight in front, left foot at a 45-degree angle here. Same thing, we're going to bend into it. Cactus position here, opening up through the front of the chest. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus position here. Targeting again the nervous system in the front of the leg, or the back of the leg, and the nerves that supply the upper body. Low load, high repetition movements, which is what our nervous system really, really enjoys. Inhale, exhale. Again, modification, close and open. Awesome. Bring those hands to the ground. Again, if you have that extensibility, straighten the knee, bend the knee. Awesome, awesome job. Okay, hands to hips, come all the way back up. Last one here. Straighten those arms, straighten the knee, bend the elbows, bend the knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Bring both legs together at the top of your mat. Swing those arms up overhead. Fold forward, palms on the mat. Prance it out here, bending and straightening one knee and then the other. And then we're gonna walk that right, let's do the left actually, left foot back here, and we're gonna go down into a lunge position. So knee on the mat, foot up here, and we're gonna bring our hips forward and back. Hinging at the hips, forward and back. Inhale forward. Exhale as we sit back into our hips, straightening that front leg. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome job. Again, ideally feeling that tension throughout the back of that right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome job. And ideally, with more of these repetitions, you're noticing less tension throughout your body, but ideally throughout the back of that leg. Awesome. Okay, keeping that right leg extended, face the sort of wide part of your mat here with that right leg extended. And we're gonna start rocking back and forth. Right leg stays out, back and forth. Awesome. Feeling that length throughout that inside of that right leg, right? Inhale, exhale. Right foot, inside of the foot stays down on the mat for now. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Now, keeping that heel planted, we're gonna rock the foot up with it and then back. Rock the foot up with it and come back. Awesome job. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna bring it over to the other side. So bend that right knee. Left leg extended, left inside of the foot stays planted on the mat. We're gonna rock back and forth. Again, feeling that length throughout the inside of that left leg. Again, always trying to get this to feel good, right? No use going into some sort of painful, stretchy ranges. Our nervous system is just going to immediately tighten up, right? It's a flow-like class, given that our nerves don't like, again, too much tension or too much compression. So if we sit in one position for too long statically, sometimes our nerves can talk to us after that. So I like to just keep things moving, keep things dynamically flowing throughout the class. Okay, keep that heel planted, and we're gonna rock back and forth. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna face the other side of our mat, left leg extended, and we're gonna shift those hips forward and shoot those hips back. Forward and back. Awesome. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And as you go back, lift that foot up, right? So don't keep it too pointed. Awesome. Unless it's too painful. Keeping that ankle floppy is a way to sort of relax the nervous system a little bit. But pulling those toes back helps to activate, helps to lengthen it a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. One more here. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job. Okay, we're gonna go on our mats again, feet facing out in front of you. You can do it on your normal like mat, but we're moving into some of the upper body stuff, so I want to show you what it looks like. So option to keep that lower body active, right? So press those knees into the ground, keep those feet elevated, toes pulled back if you want a little bit more of that nervous system work. We're gonna go waiter, waitress style here, and then we're gonna go out to the side. Waiter, waitress style, out to the side. If you wanna add a little bit of lower body flow with it, we'll go waiter, waitress, out to the side, point the right toe, and point the left. Probably the funkiest movement you've done in a while, but again, targeting the nerves of the upper body and the nerves of the lower body. You can also do sort of the like state of Texas symbol here on both hands as you do the upper body nerve glide, just so you're knowing where that nerve supplies, right? Awesome. Okay, next one here. I'm gonna shake out my lower body. We're gonna make the okay sign, and we're gonna go here. So opposite of waiter, waitress, palms to your ears, elbows up and out. Palms to your ears, elbows up and out. Feeling it again along the inside, like of the pinky, ring finger, middle finger, and then also the inside of your forearms, elbows, along your upper arm and out. An easier motion would be just doing one arm, or dropping the arm a little bit, decreasing some of the range at the wrist. So this will be maximum tension here. But if we need to ease it up a little bit, we can do a shorter range here if that's provoking too many of your symptoms. Awesome. We are almost done, you guys, but again, a nice sort of relaxing midweek flow, I hope. This will be saved on my channel, so if you want to save it and come back to it, that is totally great. I probably will. Good. Okay, bring those hands. So I'm going to have you clasp your thumbs, and we'll actually move into a kneeling position here for this next one, just because you'll need to be slightly elevated. So I'm going to have you go wrists bent, and then almost like you're, I don't know, I feel like this is a dance move of some sort, right? So grab your thumbs, wrists bent, and then you're gonna push behind you as you raise up. So push behind you as you raise up. Pressing away, your shoulder blades away from your ears. Again, maybe the second weirdest motion you've done today. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Gliding that femoral nerve in the front of the thigh, and then that radial nerve in the upper body. Inhale. Exhale. Multiple ways to target all of these nerves, all of these symptoms, all of these different sort of pathways that they travel. But it sure is nice to get them all checked off the list in a flow, right? As weird as these movements might be. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Awesome. Okay, I invite you to meet me on the mat for two more sort of flows here. The first one, if you're part of the sisterhood, you know this one so well, but we do it at the end of almost every lower body day, but it's a dynamic hamstring stretch, sciatic nerve glide, one of my absolute favorites. Low load, high repetition, a nice sort of gliding, flossing motion. So as the knee straightens, the toes come back towards you. Point the toes, bend the knee. And again, modified version, not quite as straight, not quite as pulling the toes back. Again, you'll feel that tension, right? Awesome. Okay, hug that right knee into you. Extend left leg out. Give yourself a nice big hug and then switch. Nice big hug with that left leg. Right leg extends out and switch. Nice big hug. A lot of points of contact on your body, again, giving that nervous system a sense of sort of comfort, of rest, of relaxation, even though we're pretty active right now during this motion. Awesome. Okay, last one, left leg. And then clasp behind the back of that left knee, and we'll enter into our sciatic nerve glides, dynamic hamstring stretch for this one here. Awesome job. Straighten the knee, bend the toes back, point the toes, bend the knee. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, last one here. Hug both knees in. Shoot them both away from you, and your arms really lengthen away. Inhale. Pull both knees in. Give them a nice big hug. And exhale. Awesome. I invite you back up to sitting, and we're going to do our sort of nervous system check-in. So bend that right knee, straighten out that left knee, pull those toes back to you, and fold forward. I feel like I'm getting a lot further. I'm feeling less tension, and originally all of mine was on the inside a little bit, so this is definitely feeling a little bit more pliable, indicating my nervous system's a little bit more warmed up, a little bit more tolerant to that sort of tension that I'm placing on it right now. Awesome. Okay, we'll switch. So left knee bent, right knee straight out. Bend the toes back and fold forward. And again, I don't expect the tension to completely go away. If you're getting a little further before that tension occurs, that's also evidence of progress, right, in regards to how the nervous system is behaving. Awesome. Last one, both feet out, the hardest one yet, or the hardest assessment here. Toes back, sit up nice and tall, and fold forward. And ideally, I feel definitely more tension compared to the single leg ones, but definitely better than the start. My motivation for sort of this class was a yoga flow I did over the weekend where I just realized like how good my nervous system felt after it. And again, it wasn't necessarily targeting the nervous system, but a lot of the yoga movements do target it. So I wanted to do a sort of purposeful nervous system flow because my nerves just are not used to sort of these lengthening maneuvers and sort of this extreme amount of tension. So I wanted to get back to that place where like splits were possible and sort of max amounts of tension and length, and my nerves were not going to get cranky because of it, right? And yoga super duper helped with that, but it also inspired me to create sort of this nervous system flow and do sort of a nervous system flow based workout. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll end again with some of our breath work, some of that check-in with our sort of intentions for the rest of the day. And again, as always, if you guys are part of the sisterhood, you know I'm a huge believer in gratitude for movement, gratitude for what your mind was able to do for you today, for getting on the mat, for doing this sort of nervous system flow, and for putting in another little deposit into your longevity fund that you can again pull from later, no matter what life sort of throws at you, right? So I invite you to end with me. Close your eyes. Check back in on sort of how you're feeling. The busyness, the chaos from the day is sort of like pushed beside you, right? And checking back in with what intentions you have for yourself for the rest of the day. And again, the gratitude you have for your body for being able to go through that flow today, for your nervous system especially, for doing all it does for you. And again, using this flow as a sort of way to give back to your body and especially your nervous system for all that it accomplishes throughout the day. Close your eyes for me. Good. And then inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Trying to pick a mantra for the end of class or option to use mine. I always end with sort of a breathe in faith and breathe out fear. So if that's the mantra you want to join me in today, that's great. If you have your own, that's also great. But I invite you to breathe in faith and breathe out fear. Breathe in light and breathe out darkness. Breathe in love, positivity, hope, gratitude, and breathe out hate, negativity, darkness, and fear. Awesome job, you guys. As always, option to continue the cool down, or we'll call that good for today. Thank you guys for joining me in this live midweek full body sort of nervous system flow. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'll save it to this channel, and then it'll also be a part of the sisterhood. So wherever you want to save it, and if you want to do it again, let me know if you guys like these flows, if it's something that you want more of or different variations for. I would love to cater it to you guys. And again, thank you so much for helping me grow my channel. It's been so nice being able to do it on my phone. I don't know why YouTube does it in such a weird way like that, but I thank you so much for following along and for joining in this nervous system flow, and I'll see you guys again on the mat for the next workout.